Now let's turn our direction towards the northeastern side of the Karbi Massif, about 22 kilometers from the national highway at Deothar near Numaligarh. Hey, what's that? What is this ancient Buddhist temple doing here by the river Kalyani? Though remotely placed, this Buddha Vihar is a big draw on specific occasions. Its beautiful oriental architecture, lying soulfully in a serene environment, would give the traveler that much-needed recluse from the world of anxiety, filth and boredom. This is River Kalyani, which has a tectonic bed. This river forms a narrow valley by the same name and separates the Baguri Ridge from the Singhasan Ridge. The river is the source of water for the wildlife in the pristine wilderness. About 30 kilometers long and replete with many dangerous drops and frothy rapids, this can be a challenge to the most avid kayakist or the white water rafters. So flows the frothy Kalyani River with all its might and humor. The rustic appearance gives the onlooker a stunning view far away from the concrete bridges and electricity lines. Few hundred meters off this bank, there lies the Western Rengma tribe's village named Jongfa, and the people are commuting to the place called Sosenlari or Balijan via bamboo rafts. Long before the Ahom historians started chronicling their events and experiences, the Western Rengma Nagas made this nook of Karbi Massif their home and way of existence. By early 1900s, the tribe became Christianized. A few Rengma Baptist Association churches do flourish here. At the Numaligarh Tri-Junction, they moved to the western direction to get a glimpse of one of the worst mistakes ever made in the past century. These are the tea gardens which grew up at the cost of the jungles. It maintains a continuity up to the Kaziranga National Park with the Karbi Massif and beyond to the Myanmar border through the Intanki National Park located in Nagaland. However, the Panbari Reserve Forest keeps the ecological sanctity alive. This is one of the established corridors through which the animals escape to the higher reaches of the ground in the Karbi Massif area and beyond. Therefore, the saga of survival on landscape terms goes on and on. Remember, we said something about the Shillong Plateau and the Kopili Valley. Part of the Jaintia Hills extends up to Karbi Anglong, which was handed over to the newly formed Mikir Hills in those years. It is known geologically as part of the Shillong Plateau area, which has its counterpart, the Mikir or Karbi Hills, in the massive section you have already seen close to Doboka and the Kaziranga National Park. It spans to a height of about 4,000 feet from about 200 feet at the foothills. It is swept by the Borapani or the Umken River at a place named the Wo. The place is called Langso, commonly known as the Boitha Langso. This is a newly formed district named the Hamren district, which has been recently upgraded from a police district. Very sparsely populated and endowed with scenic beauty, every corner seems to deliver a virgin territory hardly ever encroached by mankind. The population of this tract includes the Karbis, the Tiwas and the Nars or Jaintias. This is also the tract administered by the Divisional Forest Officer of the Hamren Division. Hamren is endowed with the treasure trove of medicinal plants and many varieties of the species not even known to the world of botanical science, and therefore the case of documentation exists in real manner. DFO Sri Jatin Sharma looks after the community involvement in the afforestation movement and the documentation of the various botanical specimens in real time. This despite being hard-pressed for some additional quiet and quality time.
Afforestation of the wasteland is quite common here. This is a departmental task taken under various schemes, along with also bamboo plantation, so that the greens, whichever has been depleted, also regrows to take place for a future generation. A tree has a long spell of growth phase, and so we must be careful not to lose them till they attain their maturity.
Though projected as a glamorous job, the forest officer's life is not as easy as it seems. However, for a weary forest officer, after a day's trek, there are places to rest like this renovated forest inspection bungalow at Zirikendeng, nestled amongst pine plantations. There's a place called Khanduli, quite close to the Jaintia Hills district of the state of Meghalaya. Here one sees the ripened efforts of the foresters who worked and toiled under the glaring sun to ensure the tall Khasi pine trees reach its matured state. The terraced valleys give Khanduli an old name, the rice bowl. In the olden times, a Nar saying "Lai Khanduli" or "going to Khanduli" meant he had a lot of bar or paddy lying ripening for him. However, forestry is not a day's job, so the efforts carry on. Afforestation steps taken up by the Department of Forest has been able to involve the community. This is producing effective results as the program has ensured increase in forest cover in the last couple of years. This is Bhojpat tree and its scientific name is Betula aloinobis. The Nepalis living in Karbi Anglong use it as medicinal plant. The tree is also seen to grow in huge numbers in Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and the northern range of Indian forest. In the historical past, the bark of the tree was used as a writing surface just like our modern-day paper. Therefore, the tree is commonly known as Hasipat tree. Cascading waters, serene sounds and the lifetime of experiences. That is what we are going to take home. If hills are for life, the efforts must carry on forever to protect them, which has not been so easy. The armed skirmishes break out frequently in the Doldoli sector of the Assam-Nagaland border inside the Karbi Anglong Autonomous District. From the tri-junction of the Dima Hasao district, Nagaland and Khelma block of Karbi Anglong district, there flows the serpentine Dhansiri river. This forms the natural boundary between Karbi Anglong and Nagaland. Though there are no boundary dispute problems due to differences arising because of the official construction of the boundary. Border outposts are no solutions due to the century-old fractured relations between the two states.
Karbi Anglong district or ami bakhinda hisabe ami Nagaland border jehetu ami asu bahut bochor por ami yate border problem hoar karone are border tur jehetu mane demarcated thakilo duta state majot ami Nagaland state pora border tu bikheke hete respect kora nai boli ami dekhi paisu ei gutike mane prottek bochore thanda dinor samoyt ami hodai yate kajia pesal lagibo hoy jehetu ami dekha paisu je বেলেগ এটা ষ্টেটৰ পৰা আমাৰ অসমৰ মাটিটো যেতিয়া ক্যাপচাৰ কৰিবলৈ আহে তেতিয়া আমি দেখা পালো যে হেতৰ মানে আমাৰ অসমৰ মাটিৰ প্ৰতি বা অসমৰ জনপ্ৰতিনিধিৰ প্ৰতি আৰু ইয়াৰ ৰাইজৰ প্ৰতি হেতৰ মৰম ভাৱ এটা নাই এই গতিকে হেতে বন্দুক বাৰুদৰে আমাক সদায় ইয়াত এটেক কৰিবলৈ আহে আৰু তাতে বহুতে মানে প্ৰাণ বচাবৰ বা প্ৰাণৰ মৰমত হেতে এৰিয়াবিলাক বাদ দি পলাব লগা হয় তাৰ পিছত আমি দেখিছো হেতৰ ধবংখলীলা যিকেটা হেতে মাটিটো যে দখল কৰিবলৈ আহে মাটি দখল কৰাৰ সময়ত হেতে আহি পেলে গুটে গছ গছনি কাটি পেলে এক ৰাতিৰ ভিতৰতে ঘৰ বাৰী বনাই হেতৰ নিজৰ ডমিনেশনটো বঢ়াই দিয়ে কিন্তু বহুত বছৰ পৰা এই বস্তুটো চলি আজি অসমৰ মাটিত 2 কিলোমিটাৰৰ বেছি মাটি লোৱাৰ পিছত ঘৰ বাৰী বনোৱা হ'ল আমি দেখিছো এই বৰ্ডাৰ প্ৰবলেমটো আমি বহুত বছৰ পৰা দেখি আহিছো এই বৰ্ডাৰ প্ৰবলেমটো হেক কৰিবলৈ দুটা ষ্টেটে বহি পেলাই ভালকে বৰ্ডাৰটো আগতে কেনেকৈ অৰিজিনাল ডিমাৰ্কেশন আছিল যেটা নাগালেণ্ড ষ্টেট দিয়া হৈছে 1965 সেই ডিমাৰ্কেশন মতে কৰি পেলাই যদি বৰ্ডাৰটো যদি ভালকে দুটা ষ্টেটে মিলা প্ৰীতি কৰিব পাৰে তেতিয়াহলে আমাৰ সকলোৰ কাৰণে ভাল হ'ব বুলি আমি কামনা কৰিছো
Uneasy calm lies within the Hamren and Jaintia Hills border too. There have been incidences of cross-boundary theft of forest wealth from Karbi Anglong at Khatkasla at a river crossing over river Nyantang. Keeping the territorial integrity of the district as well as that of the forest, it has been an onerous job for the Forest Department under the Council. This is where the Geographical Information System Laboratory comes to aid in all such distresses. The unclassed